Welcome everyone to our first office hour. We're really excited. Thanks for joining us. First, I'd like to introduce myself and the Adapt to Impact team. My name is Mariah Michaels, and I am an early childhood special educator, and I'm working full-time on Adapt to Impact. All right, rest of the team. How about Krista? Do you want to start with introducing yourself?
Sure. Hi, everyone. My name is Krista LeGray. I'm a bilingual speech language pathologist on the Adapt to Impact team, Spanish and English, and I look forward to working with you. And Maureen, you want to go next?
Sure. Hi, everybody. I'm Maureen Malone. It's fun to see some familiar names. I'm excited about this. We are launching Adapt to Impact as this new project building off of, I know some of you came through our other projects, either Colorado Early Learning or Project Include. So yeah, welcome. Super excited to have you here. I am also a speech language pathologist by training, but now I serve as the Associate Director of our Center for Innovative Design and Engineering, which is kind of the umbrella host for a number of projects, including this one. Chris, you want to go?
Sure. My name is Christina Perkins, also a speech language pathologist and assistive technology specialist. So much of my time is spent supporting the SWAC program, which is assistive technology in our public schools, 3 to 21. But I'm sure I recognize some of your names from Colorado Early Learning, and if you know me, you know I have such passion behind these projects, and I'm super excited to see you back for Adapt to Impact.
Thanks, Chris. And Jackie just joined us. Jackie, do you want to introduce yourself as well?
Yeah. Hi, everyone. I'm Jackie McBride. Like Mariah said, I just started with SIDE, so had a lot of fun learning about Adapt to Impact and assistive technology in general. I'm new to the field as a whole, so it's been a learning curve, but I'm so encouraged by all of the great things that this team has already done and where this program will go.
Thank you, Jackie.
And Maureen,
Okay.
sorry,
Oh, go
Mariah,
ahead.
before you jump in, I'm just going to tell everyone that I am putting a link in the chat right now that will take you to a summary document of the slides today. So it will have all the information on it that Mariah is going to go over.
Perfect. Thanks, Krista. Okay, so let's jump in. So let me show you our agenda. Can you see it? There we
Yep.
go. Yeah. Okay. So first we'll have a few video clips to share with you modeling use of adaptive books, DIY suggestions to adapt your own books, and putting it all together using assistive technology. Then we'll be sharing resources and education that we have for you. We'll also be sharing ideas of items you can check out from our new loan library, and we'll show you how to search our new loan library. And then last, we'll have time for any questions you may have, either about adapting books or any topic that's coming up in your program that you'd like support with. So let's get started. A little bit about Adapt to Impact. Some of you are familiar with our work from our previous projects. This one is like the others, and it's a free service here to support children with disabilities and their childcare providers. We have online professional development, office hours now, where you can get support geared towards the needs of your program, and access to a loan library of over 200 adaptive toys, equipment, and materials. Right. And first, I want to let you know a little bit about adapting books. It's a great way to make literacy activities more hands-on and meaningful for all children in your program, regardless of whether they have a disability or not. However, they are really powerful tools that definitely make literacy more available to children who have disabilities. Also, there are many, many ways to adapt books. We're just going to show you a handful of them today to help you get started. Though we're showing you so many ways to adapt books, start with one and take it slow, adapt over time, because it would be really hard to implement all of these adaptations at once, and we don't want to overwhelm anyone. But kids can benefit from one or all of these. Okay, so our first video is going to show examples of types of adapted books. Let me pull that up. Okay, the first type I'm going to show you is a pre-made adapted book, which is right here. Oh, can you hear that? You can. Okay, I wasn't sure if I shared my sound.
No, you did not.
I didn't share my sound. Okay,
Yeah.
let me fix that real quick. Sorry about that. Here we go. Share sound. Okay, redo.
Both of these books have laminated pages that are assembled by using detachable book rings. These book rings are helpful because they allow you to present several pages at once or simplify the story by putting one page at a time into the child's hands. One method of using these books is to create a matching activity while you read the story. Here's an example. The man is old. Where does the man go? Find the man. Oh, you found the match. Nice job.
So this type of pre-made book we have available in our communication and literacy kits, and you can check those out either through your ECCs or in smaller kits that we have available through our loan library. And I'll show you where to find those at the end of this presentation. Let's see. Okay, the next type of adapted book I want to share with you is a felt book. It's a great book to use if you want pieces to move around or manipulatives to use as you present a story. Here we go.
Do you think an elephant would be a good pet or a bad pet? A bad pet. Let's find out why. He was too big. I sent him back.
So this type of book, all of the pieces can be used as manipulatives. You can reduce the number of items on a page if a child's overstimulated or is struggling with dexterity. There's a ton of ways to use a felt book, but that was one example. And then the third type of adapted book I'm going to show you is a laminated book. It's a great book to use if you want an exact copy of a book you're reading to a group of children, but have pieces that you can move around. Let's see. Here we go. Here's that.
Found. And this is what he sees. What could that be? What a nasty surprise! In his loudest voice, Timothy cries, "There's a shark in the park!" What do you think? Is he right? Is there a shark in the park? What do you think he's looking at? Which one of those? Ah, you think he does see a shark. Let's find out. Meow! That's not a shark. That's a cat. Find the cat. And we'll put the shark back. You can put the cat on its spot. There it goes.
Okay, so that was the first video. The second video I'm going to share with you features a number of DIY solutions that you can do to make your own books adaptable, and even a suggestion on how to create a book. So let's see. The first one I'll start with is symbol making.
To use it.
I'm actually not showing all of these clips. I just wanted to give you ideas of different types of adaptive solutions. So symbol making is really easy. In this one,
don't be afraid to make your own simple symbol.
Them. And you could create symbols from either a book you're reading. I mean, so many different things. But so symbol making is easy. You can use a piece of cardstock and put a magnet on the back and put them on a whiteboard. You can add Velcro to the back and stick them to a felt board. The options are endless. The next one I'd like to show is book angles, how to adapt the book angle. Let's see. This is a really simple DIY solution to adjust. It'll show you here, but it adapts the surface that a book is on. So it brings a book closer to a child. If they have limited mobility, it can bring it closer to them, making it easier to access. Or even if they have vision impairments, this can bring the text closer to them.
Binder stack by putting some Velcro in between them, putting duct tape or packaging tape across the back, or wrapping rubber bands around the entire stack.
So that's showing you how to put the book on it. The next one these are page turners. And I'm not going to play the whole clip for you, but this book has a popsicle stick glued into it, making it easier to turn the pages. You can use, I think we have more in here. Magnets, page fluff, or we call them page fluffers, but you can put different items between the pages, making them easier to separate. And then let's see, the next option we have for you is creating your own touch and feel books or adding texture to books. So these are just examples of items you could add to your own books. Pipe cleaners, foam, Velcro, felt, soft fabric, and those can help, one, engage children, but also help support children with vision impairments who need maybe higher contrast or different textures to tune into what's available in the book. And then another really great tool are using puppets. Here we go. There are a number of ways to create puppets, but oftentimes children will engage more readily with a puppet than an adult, or it will make the content more interactive and exciting, and it brings it to life. You can touch it, you can move it. Let's see. And then the next one is one of my favorites. I'll show you. This is using a cookie sheet or a baking sheet and putting magnets on the back of manipulatives you create. You can do this by photocopying page books or pages of books and then cutting those photocopies out and putting a magnet on the back or laminating them to create an interactive feature or use them as communication tools, but it's super simple and durable. Let's see. The next one is an example of a book holder or a few types of book holders. You can create your own using this PVC pipe, or this is one of my favorite ideas, but using this like silicone tea strainer to hold the book pages, or really any other silicone kitchen appliance. Actually, I'll show you this clip so you can see how it's used.
They're using. One option is to make an easel or book holder. This can be easily done using PVC pipe, or for a simpler temporary option, you can use the two halves of a tea strainer or any other silicone kitchen item.
Okay, and then the last DIY suggestion we have is to make your own book.
Finally, Don't be afraid to make your own books or have a child help you make a book. You can add textures or other interactive elements and flaps, or even have the child illustrate the book. Make it even more.
Okay. And now our last video model is putting this all together using assistive tech.
I wrote to the zoo to send me a pet. Next page. They sent me an elephant with a big long trunk. Where's the elephant? Okay. He was too big. I sent him back.
Go back.
So they sent me a
Giraffe.
giraffe with the long neck. Where's the giraffe? He was too tall. I sent.
Okay, so those are the videos of examples. Next, I'd like to share some of the tools we have available in the library. Okay, so the tools you saw in the video using assistive tech, we have all of those available to you to check out in our loan library. We also have the recordable photo album is one of my top favorites. You can photocopy pages of books and slide them into the picture slot and record your voice or another child's voice reading the story. We have this felt board. And a number of different options, felt boards with pages, felt boards with hardcovers. This in the middle is an example of one of our smaller versions of our communication and literacy kit, and has the buttons you can use to communicate with, examples of icons. That one also includes the recordable photo album. We have the Go Talk here, and I will show you this in our library as well, and a book with manipulatives. And this is just one example of many. I'm going to pull that up real quick to show you. Okay, so when you search our side library, there is this little box at the top that says lists, and you can click down. Under the list, I have one called Adapting Storytime. And I put a number of the things you've seen today in those videos, and also a lot more we won't have time to get to today. But if you're interested in adapting your story time, this would be a great place to start and look for tools you could use. Once again, there's buttons that you can use to communicate, a lot of books with manipulatives, some communication devices with overlays and that go with books that are all put together and pre-made for you. I mean, we have adaptive seating, all kinds of things you could use to adapt your story time. So check it out if you're interested. There are 31 different items in this list. So check them out and try some out in your program. Let's see. Okay, and then next, I want to show you learning opportunities. Here we go. Okay, so in addition to all those great things in our library, we have some classes for you. Some of you may be familiar with the Introduction to Universal Design already, that one we've had available through PDIS for a while, but we have some brand new courses we're excited about. We just recently released Adapting for Disability Behavior and Cognition. We have Adapting for Disability Communication and Early Literacy. And any day now, we should have Adapting for Disability Fine Motor live for you to take. And then we have 2 more classes that are in the works, Vision and Hearing and Gross Motor. And those should be available hopefully in the next month-ish. But they're really great. A lot of them we'll show you examples of more materials that are available in the loan library and ways to use them. And then next, I have our contact information listed here. You can reach out with questions at any time.